Hello, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Ann Schlegel and I'm so glad that you're joining me here today. It's the holidays, and for me, that means baking lots of yummy treats for my family and friends. And I'm starting out today by baking some warm s'mores bars. And to do this, I have a bowl here in which I have 1 1/4 cups of white whole wheat pastry flour. And I'm just going to add 2 more ingredients to that to make a dry ingredient mixture, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And I'll just stir that together. In here, I have 1 stick of butter which has softened. And I'm going to add some sugar to that. 3/4 cup of brown sugar that I've packed in there. And with my electric mixer, I'm going to cream those 2 ingredients together. That looks sufficiently creamed. Turn off my mixer. And I'm going to add in 1 egg. And before I turn on my mixer again, I'll just scrape down the sides of my bowl and make sure that I get all of the butter and sugar back in the bowl. That looks nice. So I'll scrape down the sides of my bowl again. And I just have 1 more ingredient to add to this particular mixture, and it's sitting right beside my bowl. We'll add in 1/2 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Okay. And turn the mixer on again. Looking and smelling good with that vanilla in there. Okay. Scrape down the sides of my bowl again. And now I'm ready to add the dry ingredient mixture in there. And I'm going to just add this in 2 portions. So I'll put about half of it in first. I'll just mix it in gradually. Okay. And I'll scrape down the sides of my bowl. And we'll get the other half of the dry ingredients in. Great, well those dry ingredients are all incorporated, and that just went together so quickly. Okay, the last ingredient to go into this dough is 1 cup of quick cooking oatmeal. So I'll add that in, and I'm going to stir this in with a wooden spoon. And I'll just get that completely stirred in. Wood spoons are very nice and sturdy, and they'll stand up well to stirring a stiff dough like this is. That's it for the dough portion of this. And now I'm ready to put it into my baking dish. So, behind me, I have a 9 by 13 inch glass baking dish. And I can bring that up here now. I have greased it well. So that's to prevent the bars from sticking to the pan. And I'm just going to put my dough into the pan now, and I'm going to distribute it around different areas of the pan. I'm going to pat this into the pan with my hands, and just having it in different areas of the pan. To begin with, makes it a lot easier. Now I'll get this dough all nicely distributed in my baking dish. And to help me with that, I have a little bit of white whole wheat flour in this little dish. This dough is kind of sticky, and to prevent it from sticking to my fingers too much, I just flour my fingers. And as I pat this into the baking dish, I want it to be even, an even depth in the pan. So I'll just make sure it's all nice and even, pat it all the way around, and it feels and looks good. So now I'm ready to put this in the oven. And I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I'm going to put it in the oven for 10 minutes. And it's looking good, it's smelling wonderful. Now we're ready to put on the marshmallows and the chocolate chips. So first I'm going to start with a cup of dark chocolate chips, and I'll just sprinkle those over the base. And I try not to let the chocolate chips touch the glass. It'll just make it easier to cut later. If they do touch the glass, I'll just move them out away from there with a toothpick. Okay, now I can put the marshmallows on, and I have 2½ cups of miniature marshmallows. And I'll sprinkle those on top here. So I'm going to put them back in for just 5 to 7 minutes, and I am going to check them after 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 5 minutes, and our marshmallows have puffed up. They haven't yet started to brown, but they are starting to melt. I'm just going to put them back in the oven for 1 more minute and see how they are after that. Oh, they're looking good. They're just starting to turn brown. I think I will go ahead and take those out. So I'm going to let these cool for 20 minutes, and then we can cut them and take a taste. So I'm just going to cut around the edge of the bars with my knife. That will help loosen them, make them a little bit easier to get out of the pan. And you want to make sure that you do serve these when they're soft. The marshmallows are just so nice and soft, just like toasted marshmallows that you eat around a campfire. If they do completely cool off before you eat them, just make sure you pop them back in the microwave for a few seconds, and they'll warm right back up and get nice and gooey again. And I'm just going to put a little bit of vegetable oil with a paper towel on my knife, and that will help the bars, the marshmallow, keep from sticking. I'll have to keep doing it though as I go, because they will start to stick again. But I'll just grab my paper towel and wipe the blade of my knife again, and I'll be back in business. Okay, and I will just cut a couple of pieces here to taste. Comes out very easily. Look at that. Okay, I'll just set that there. I'll get the other piece out. Yum, yum. Oh. Enjoy. so delicious. This will be a wonderful treat to enjoy over the holidays. I hope you really enjoy it too.